Hey, pre-notification gang. Just going over some wacky shit and then maybe playing something. I used to watch American Gladiator a long time ago, yeah. Thanks the resub Mad Dog. And the resub Chief. And the resub Astro Mystic Lasagna and Lasagna. Oh yeah, Nick Bolton's a man's man. Thanks to the resub Lemon, Wow, Sneggy, Twig, Sunny, and Dripping. You gonna play Street Fighter or Diablo on Friday? I haven't decided which one yet. Probably Street Fighter. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Joseph. And tier 1, Big Bod, and the resub Infamous. Oh, is Diablo out right now for, like, if you pre-ordered it or something? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, that's so sweet, Fates. Thanks to resub Devin and Salazar. And there's a tier 1 Crusher. And the resub, what? No, I didn't see any of the reviews for Street Fighter 6 yet. Have they been positive or negative? Thanks to the Bits Chicken. And Mac. Oh, eventually Mac. Thanks to tier 1 Rainy. Oh, I wanted to talk about that guy in the cruise ship, yeah. That's fucking terrifying. Thanks to resub Mitch. And Jawbreaker. I don't want to pull up the video, I just wanted to get like an article about it. Oh, here. Nope, that's Daily Mail. That's this source will work. Thanks to resub Monk, Musin, Sean, Photography, and the 5 gift subs Connor, and the Bits Carry, and the resub Synchronized, and tier 1 Sentinel, and the Prime Teth. Okay, yeah, we'll just talk about the cruise ship thing right now because this sent me down a rabbit hole. So, on a cruise ship, there were some young folk doing what the spry youth does, making silly dares, being goofy, getting a little wild. And this 18-year-old baseball star was dared to jump off the cruise ship, I guess, and he did it. He jumped off the cruise ship. And obviously, I imagine most of you realize why that's a terrible idea. But it gets even worse. So not only did he jump off the cruise ship, I'll pull up the video just to show something here. Wow, this must be like a re-upload of a re-upload because it's actually negative 240p. Right here, there's like a splash, and it looks like a shark. It's too pixelated in this video to really see for sure, but in the clearer ones, it looks very much like a shark. So he swims away from it, which unfortunately pushes him away from the buoy, and the cruise ship is still going, and he doesn't make it back to the cruise ship, and he's been missing ever since. That has to be one of the most horrifying fucking ways of going. And they've now called off the search. I then looked into it on, like, how common cruise ship overboards are. Not very common. And of the 219, roughly, overboards over the last year, or I think it was a year, only 28 of them have survived. So it's something like a 20% survival rate or some shit. It's fucking terrifying. Thanks to resub Magma, Apple, Grateful, your boy, Ruthless, CRL, Cone, and Tier 1 Tubby, and the Prime Crispy. Just stop the ship. So that's what I thought. But it turns out, even when you stop the ship creates such a big current that it pushes the people so far off course and out of the way that it's still extremely difficult to find them. So even if you immediately stop the second that they get off the ship, like the second that they overboard, there's a great chance that you still won't be able to find them. Plus, it doesn't stop on a dime. It's a fucking ship, right? You know, it doesn't just immediately freeze like it's lagging in a video game. So it still cruises a little bit forward still, which continues to push them away. Like, it's extremely difficult. And this was even more tragic because of the shark, or what looked like a shark. Because he starts swimming away from the life ring that they threw out to him. So he stood no chance. So he just vanished in the middle of the night. It was scary. And I also looked up how easy it would be, like if there's ever any accidental overboards, because I've never been on a cruise ship. I imagine that there are like railings in normal boats where there's like a lot of space you could easily fall through if you slip. Not the case with cruises, apparently. The only time there's ever an accidental overboard is when someone's drunk and climbing. Thanks to Prime Foxy and the resub. Hinru, Rico, Room, Grizzly, and the Bits Arrow. Well, that sounds fucking terrifying, Arrow. Yeah, for sure. Was the 18-year-old drunk? I have to imagine on a cruise with, like, your fellow athletes and peers, I imagine they were probably drinking. And then someone came up with the dare to jump off the ship, and he fucking did it. In the video, the guy who's filming says bye-bye, which was absolutely fucking savage. Like, it seemed like he actually wanted him to die or something. Just straight up evil. Thanks to resub Josie, Moon, and the Prime Proper. Yeah, I have no idea, Doug. If it's hard to even, like, process what kind of thoughts would have led to them thinking this was like a decent idea. A, I don't think they expected him to actually do it. And B, I think they probably thought it wouldn't be a big deal. Because, like, if you think about it in your head, like, if you've been on a boat, you jump off a boat and you can get back on quickly because the boat stops, whatever. Not the same with a cruise ship. So maybe they, probably inebriated, just didn't recognize just how dangerous it was, would be my guess. At night is crazy too. Yeah, that is even crazier. There's a resub Ray. The bits Arrow and Psych in Lolbad. Oh, I haven't seen that yet, Psych. Donating your body for science when whether you're dead or comatose. I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with that for people that choose to. Would I ever take a cruise ship yourself? No. I don't even like the idea of cruises. It's not even that I'm afraid of cruises. I just legitimately don't think I'd have fun on them. I really don't. I don't see myself enjoying it. Also, people get murdered on cruise ships all the time. What? I don't know about that. People get murdered on cruise ships all the time. I'm not sure on that claim. I know people die on cruise ships from time to time, but I don't know about murder. Thanks to the resub Goat, Norma, and Weed. You'd be surprised. I went on one last year and 3 people died while I was on it. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Next is the Bit Storm. Yeah, I was thinking about that Storm. I might. Thanks the resub check. But yeah, that's a terrible situation. Thanks the resub Diego. I want to go over the LCS situation pretty in depth here. I don't know how many of you are League of Legends fans, but I imagine at least most of you have watched a little LCS, Professional League of Legends. More specifically, NA. And right now, we might actually be witnessing the collapse of what was once the poster child for esports. It is fascinating how intent Riot Games seems to want to burn it to the ground. They are lighting the LCS on fire and laughing as it burns. It is crazy. Thanks to Tier 1, Connor. And the Bit Psych. Oh, that would make sense then, Psych. Thanks to resub One Piece. This is just like a little brief lore recap. So, I'll read it to everyone so you can get caught up to speed in what's going on. Right now, the LCS is going through a very turbulent period with a lot of dog shit everywhere. So it all started with some changes to the academy. So LCS teams requested Riot eliminate the requirement of fielding NACL teams. That's Challenger League. Riot agreed, citing the aim of achieving greater operational and financial flexibility. The LCS Player Association has highlighted that approximately 70 jobs would be lost as a result of the decision, and they've criticized Riot for making contradictory statements and rushing the decision without proper planning and prior notice, and they've also proposed alternative plans. And out of the 10 LCS teams, only FlyQuest Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid have chosen to maintain their roster in the NACL, as the remaining 7 teams have decided to withdraw. In response to the changes made to the NACL, the LCSPA has called for a vote among LCS players to stage a walkout as a form of protest. And last night, an overwhelming majority of the LCS players voted in favor of the walkout, so they will therefore not be playing in the LCS and can't be forced to. And then it was reported that LCS teams will be obligated to field an LCS roster due to an agreement with Riot that mandates them to have a competitive roster. Consequently, they'll need to sign new players to fulfill this requirement. However, the LCSPA will attempt to mitigate those signings. So, this is like 17 hours old. That's kind of where everything was last night. They had a talk again today. And Riot said, fuck you guys, here's our ass, you can suck it because we don't care about the LCS. They have basically declined every single alternative proposition. They don't care. They even went as far as to completely remove any and all restrictions on who you can field, so you'd have to get scabs. And that means the scabs could be actual bronze players. Literally bronze players. I could have been in the LCS because no one could field teams. All of the pro players didn't want to play. They were striking. It was a protest. So Riot was like, okay, anyone can play. You have to field scabs. Anybody. I don't care if they're bronze. I don't even care if they're iron. And they had another talk today, and they went even harder, saying, you know what? We're going to push this 2 weeks away, and if you still don't comply with our demands, we're canceling the summer split, and NA won't even be represented in Worlds. Which is fucking crazy. Never played, would they add me? Legitimately, they might. Like, they could, because there's no restrictions on it. Like, they just want scabs, anybody. They completely refused any and all sensible alternatives from the LCSPA. It's so wild. So they really seem more than willing to just torch the NA scene for League of Legends. As we said, Boyman Stark in the Prime Pluto. Oh, that's interesting, Taekwondo. I know, man. It's so sad to see this. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. So initially, they were going to pay the scabs like $800 a game or something. But then Riot said, no. You will have to pay them at least $2,000 per game. The scabs, that is. Oh, it's not even in this article. Yeah, I saw that as well. I'm surprised it's not in this article. Exhibits Austin and the resub Bad Gamer. None of you should want... No one. I really hope they don't field anybody. I really hope nobody breaks the strike here. Riot is being such fucking scumbags, it's unreal. Or whoever they do sign, I hope they just troll the shit out of it. Like, don't leave base, or they go, like, all supports plus Yorick or something. Thanks to the resub Equinox. Well, the thing is, no one's going to actually pay the scabs $2,000 a game. That's just another unreasonable restriction that Riot's putting on the orgs. That's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I highly doubt it. That would literally make them higher paid than some fucking pros. There's no shot that's happening. Thanks to the bits Fuzzy. The bits Austin. How much money is Riot losing on the NA LCS? No clue. I don't know. What I would like to happen though is the other regions also stand in solidarity, because this is just cruel what Riot's doing, honestly. So I would hope that the other regions also make a stand. Thanks, resub Coyote. LCK, LEC won't care, less competition for them. I feel like they'll care. But I don't think that they'd actually do any kind of like statement or gesture or anything. But I think they'd care. This would be bigger news if NA actually won anything in the LCS. Yeah, it's by far the weakest region. I mean, obviously everybody knows that, but that doesn't mean that they can just get like abused by Riot. That's not exactly fair. Thanks to bits Taekwondo. Why are Riot doing it? Legitimately, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. I actually don't know. I can't think of a single rational reason why they'd be doing this. Other than they just really don't. I mean, they've shown they don't really care about the LCS quite a bit recently. Such as like the schedule changes and shit. But this is still another level of like disgust. So I don't know. Thanks to the bits, Eddie. And thanks to the bits, Jay. Yeah, I checked it out last night. Did you send more? Thanks to resub barbecue. And the resub Rusty. So are the other regions affected? Not directly, but NA won't be at Worlds or anything, assuming they don't comply. Thanks to resub Slash and the bits Fuzzy. Thanks to 5 gift subs, Lucky Dog. No new updates on that one, Lolbad. Thanks to the Prime School. And the resub King. Can you clarify this in dumb terms? Riot Games doing big bad not good stuff to players and teams in NA with North America. Big Stupid from Riot Games. Thanks to the Prime Zeta. Okay, well, I'll check in again then, Jay. Thanks for your sub, Mark. Will this affect Valorant? I don't think so. It is a little concerning to see how they're running, or not running, refusing to run the LCS, though. That is very concerning. But as of right now, it doesn't affect the Valorant side. Thanks for 5 goose subs, capping. Appreciate that. Yeah, we finished Golem last night. Does Riot lose money from the NA teams in tournaments if they stop supporting? I don't know. I don't think they gain money. Like, I don't think they make money by letting NA die. Thanks the bits, Arrow. They wanted some rule changes, Arrow, to a couple of the rules, but then Riot started making crazy changes and stupid decisions. Did you know Nintendo is sponsoring a Critical Role game night? I did not know that. That's fucking wild, though. Did you see we can earn crypto in GTA 6? Didn't see that. Doesn't sound believable, though. Well, I guess it could be. And I'm excited for new Mortal Kombat game. Thanks to the bits, Funk and Jake. Next MWL match will be up either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. It's between Genie Maker and Warhorse. And it's a fucking banger. I stream like every night. Thanks to the resub. 3,000. Thanks to the resub, Deli. Did I see the new Barbie trailer? No. Does this not hurt branding opportunities if the summer split doesn't play? Like teams which are a part of the LCS have sponsor obligations Not playing would be a breach of contract, no. These teams also pay $10 million each to be part of this franchise league, which now may possibly not run. Yeah, I don't really get the logistics. Like I said, none of this really makes sense to me from Riot's perspective. Like, this just seems like an absolute fucking disaster all around for Riot and, of course, all of the orgs, because it's not cheap to be in League, by any means. Is the resub crazy? Thanks to the tier 1 Papa. This guy's toast tweeted about buying an LCS team. I know, the second he got into the league scene, everything goes tits up. Unlucky. Thanks to resub Spice. Thanks to the Prime. Regis. Dota stock going to skyrocket. I would love to see the effect on Dota, because like I said, well, like everyone knows, NA is not a strong major region for League. So I think with the LCS dying, which it looks like it's going to, I don't know if that necessarily translates to a stronger NA presence in Dota. Would love to see, though. Would love to see the effect. There's the resub Fernando and the Prime Digital. NA also dead in Dota. Not surprising. Smite coming back then. Oh, yeah, maybe this will be huge for Smite. Smite should really go hog wild right now. Like, really invest heavily in NA. Release a new, like, collab with Uncle Sam or something, I don't know. We love NA over here at Smite. You can have a new home with us. Easy tier 1. Bo and the resub Master, Herb, and Elon. Oh, of course I've seen that video, Josh. That shit's hype. Thanks to resub Frosty. And the Bits arrow. Probably won't happen. What's your favorite comedy? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of comedy stuff. I did, however, see a great Nathan For You clip today, and I really like Nathan For You. The one I saw was the magic one, where he's like, magicians have done all kinds of death-defying stunts, but I'm going to do something no magician's ever done before. I'm going to escape right before making it onto the sex offenders registry or whatever. So he sets up like handcuffs to a machine, and then he has like a robot that's gonna pull his pants down in front of a bunch of kids. It's so fucking stupid. It was such a good clip. I'd never seen that one before. That was crazy. With a cop on standby. They had the cop and they had the the announcer was great. That's old as fuck. I didn't realize how old Nathan For You was. Yeah, that clip was 10 years old. Thanks, Resub Spoon. And yeah, I saw it on Twitter, Infamous. The Smite RuneScape crossover was pretty hype. Thanks, the resub Biggie. Oh shit, he just busted a nut. I don't think that's Nathan For You, right? You're talking about the that one video where he's doing street magic, and the clip is I don't even remember what the trick was, but then like he ejaculates. I don't think that was Nathan. I think it's the resub cheese. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy who did the shit talking hotline. I'll double check though. Let's see. Yeah. Brent Weinbach. Mind Jack. It's not Nathan. He does look a lot like Nathan though, to be fair. But yeah, this is a classic.
Alright guys, check it out.
I see why you got it mixed up.
Mind manipulation. What's your name?
I'm Nathan.
I want you to relax and stare into my eyes. Think about what I'm thinking about. Share my thoughts. Two minds equaling one fiery mind. Focus, Nathan.
It's very easy to see why you thought this was Nathan For You. The guy looks exactly like Nathan.
Look down, Nathan.
Oh shit! You just busted a nut. Oh! Yo, look.
Nathan.
Look again.
Look again.
Where'd it go?
That's such a banger. It really does seem like it'd be something out of Nathan For You. Brent had so many bangers back in the day. He doesn't make anything anymore, does he? I don't think. No, unfortunately not. Oh, wait, he does. What? Just not often. From what I remember, about 2 years ago, they did like a check-in on the shit-talking hotline, and it's apparently still active. Like, they still have it active. No, I think that's a great fucking trick. So good. I might speedrun Tears of the Kingdom once it gets a little more optimized. Thanks for the resub, Yeet. It's real? The shit-talking hotline? Yes. It was indeed a number you could call, and Brent would be there and actually just start talking shit to you. There's the bits, George. Oh, nice. That's cool, Hills. I don't think I remember that one, George. Thanks for the resub, Kev. Call right now. I'm not calling the fucking shit-talking hotline, brother. Thanks for the bits, Jay. Oh, well, that's great then. I'm glad to hear you got hired. The reason that this came up today with the Nathan For You clip and all that shit is because Aaron had an idea that I think is a banger, but I know we'll never do, of just putting up a billboard somewhere in Tampa, like a prominent billboard, buying the spot, and making it like one of those injury attorneys. So it'd be me and Matt in suits, and it'd just say something like "troubled?" question mark, and then like a number they could call. And it'd just be like an on-stream gag where I'd keep getting calls from people that have all these problems, and I'd give them like the worst advice ever. So that's what brought this whole conversation topic up today. Thanks for the bits, Adam. Art Rush. Oh, it's a new Getting Over It map. Gotcha. Thanks for resub, Studio. Sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Well, I don't think it'd be a lawsuit. We're not making any claims. The billboard would just say like "troubled." Like it's just very broad, and people can interpret that how they want. And I just talk to them, hear out their problems, just be like, hey, I'm not exactly qualified to handle these kind of matters. Thanks the bits, Almighty. You know how the devs for Gollum are coming up with another Lord of the Ring game? Apparently it'll be a game from the perspective of a unique character. I imagine it's going to be from the perspective of Sauron's eye. That way we get a step up from Gollum in the immersive and captivating gameplay. That would be so big. Here's the bits, Jake. And yeah, still collecting monkey nuts. Thanks to the resub, Headspace, and the bits, Jay. Did you see how 9 people got shot in Florida and Hollywood Boardwalk? You live in Florida. What's up with that? Yeah, I saw about that. That's fucking awful. I don't know what the second part of your statement is. You live in Florida. What's up with that? Man, I don't know. Shootings are happening all over the country. It fucking sucks. Just because I live in Florida doesn't give me deeper insight into why some fucking lunatic would do that. Thanks to Prime Purple. You live in Florida. What's up with that? Such a wild wild second part of the statement. Thanks to resub Skull. Have you seen the updated news in Detroit? No. Can't say I've seen anything from Detroit today. You see, Larry Page, the founder of Google, went missing and hasn't been found. No. I feel like that'd be bigger news. You know, I've actually never looked at Larry Page. He legitimately looks like Brent from Mind Jack that we just watched. There's a resub. Fabe. He was close with Epstein, was he? Was he in the Epstein book? Oh, this has been going on for 3 weeks. The U.S. Virgin Islands cannot locate Google co-founder Larry Page. There's been no update to this for a while. There's a resub super and telephone. Well, he's dead. Sounds like it. Sounds like he got Epsteined. There hasn't been a single report on it in 3 weeks, and he still hasn't been found, I guess. Oh no, you're all good, Cyclone. Did you see the Island Boys with Jeffrey Epstein as kids? That's a conspiracy theory. That's not confirmed, I don't think. I saw that floating around Twitter, though. Thanks to the resub poo. And the bits lol bad. And the resub Nick. You hear about the Florida man who broke into a house to hide from a ghost? I've heard the basics of it. I'll look it up though. Florida man faces burglary charge after fleeing from motel ghost. Those bastards will get you every time. Where's an article on it? No, I didn't see that, vegan. That sounds very yucky, though. I can't find a good article on this. The only one here is New York Post. Have you seen Rice Gum reacting to your videos lately? Yeah, that was super weird. Like, I legitimately haven't talked about him in actual years. The video he watched was in the Tuv video where I was talking about, God, that, I've already forgot the main situation. The whole, what the fuck was that scam called? I can't remember. Was it Save the Kids? Christ, there's been so many goddamn scams online recently. And he was like watching that, and that was like already a year old. And it wasn't even really about him. So I was super surprised because I actually haven't said anything about him in so long. I just haven't kept up with him or anything. And then he says that that he's my enemy. which was super cringe because like all I've ever done is just like make fun of you, not like an enemy or anything. I don't understand. It didn't make any sense. Like, it's not like I'm actively out here talking about him or mad at him or hate him or something. I was just making jokes. And that was like year-old content. Didn't that random chatter say something about Ricegum the other day too? Yeah, because he was talking, or he was watching that video a couple days ago, and he got like really upset at me. Which just didn't make any sense, because it's fucking old. It's like really old. You last hear about what he and his girlfriend went through? Yeah, I think that was the last time that I talked about him with that horrible situation, just talking about that was awful. Like, that's just an extremely terrible thing. Prior to that, it had actually been like a year or more. And it was about the whole scam situation with Save the Kids. Is the bits or the give sub serious? What do I think about electric cars? I don't know. I don't have one. I mean, they seem cool. Hopefully the technology only gets better. Is there resub BME? And the bits Mac. And the Prime Net. I am excited the Miami Heat made it. I'm very excited about that. I really thought they were going to fumble it. I was nervous for them. Just Shake specific. Yeah, I'm excited for Marathon. I think it'll be good. Thanks the resub, Papa. And I saw the System Shock remake came out today. I was planning on at least trying it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that one on my own. I don't know if that seems like a good stream game. We'll see. LCSPA just tweeted, did they? What'd they say? Where's their tweet? I don't see a tweet from them. Is it tier 1 JJ? Is that the link to it? Oh yeah, 4 minutes ago. Tonight, one thing is back in clear focus. Players are the LCS. Without players, there is no league and there is no esport. From day one, exclusion from the decision-making process drove the LCSPA players to vote to walk out. The future of the NACL and LCS is too big to decide overnight and without player consideration. We met with Riot Games today to ask for daily meetings or more if needed to reach a resolution. Starting tomorrow, we plan to begin discussions that result in meaningful collaborative action to get our players back where they want to be, competing for fans on the LCS stage. We also want to say thank you, remain deeply grateful to the LCS community for an incredible show of solidarity for our players. Our fight is possible because of your support. I guess we'll see if anything comes from those discussions.